The Great Plains of North America extend from the eastern slope of the Rocky Mountains to the geographic center of North America. Beginning as a mile-high, 1,600 Mountains plateau in the west near present-day Denver, the plains are barely 500 feet, 150 meters above sea level by the time they reach the Mississippi River. Tall grasslands, or prairie, once dominated the entire region. The deeply etched river valleys of the Missouri-Mississippi system offered favorable sites to settle, with plenty of water and vegetation. A teepee is a portable conical hut covered with hide. Bison, represented by this carved image, provided food, clothing, and tools to the plains peoples. The Crow, a plains people, were hunters and gatherers who traveled on foot in bands of a few dozen to a few hundred strong. They used dogs to pull lightweight sleds laden with teepee poles and hide mats. As winter approached, the plains people carved thick blocks of sod out of the prairie before it froze. They packed these bricks into foundations, dug out of hillsides or pits carved out of natural depressions. These subterranean lodges, at or below ground level, and reinforced with walls of sod several feet thick, protected them from winter's howling winds and snowdrifts. When forced to go outdoors in sub-zero weather and gale-force winds, group members donned buffalo robes to keep from freezing. In the spring, when river bottom land was easily tilled, villages grew corn, beans, squash, and prairie sunflowers, high in protein and vegetable oil. Women did most of the farming, while men hunted large game, including deer, elk, and their prized quarry, the American buffalo or bison. Before the Spanish brought horses to the plains, villages and groups cooperated to drive entire herds of bison, traveling at speeds up to 60 miles per hour, headlong over cliffs to their destruction. The plains peoples used every part of a slain bison and wasted precious little. The meat was lean and rich in protein, and the fur protected people from the elements. Women fashioned the bison's muscle fiber or sinew into thread for sewing. They made sewing needles from its bones. Men stretched bison hide over bowl-shaped frames to fashion bull boats, almost unsinkable even when floating low with cargo. The bravest and most successful hunters became leaders responsible for the group's food, shelter, and safety. These leaders, often called chieftains or headmen, mapped out the warriors' bison hunts and oversaw the women's preservation of enough meat, as well as vegetables and fruit, for a winter that began in November and ended in April. Leaders also had to negotiate food for the elderly and anyone else incapable of contributing to the welfare of the group. The communities broke into smaller mobile hunting groups in the summer. In late fall, the leaders had to reorganize the larger community to manage the construction of their weatherproof winter lodges.